Hello there everybody, and welcome back once again to Stationeers. It has been a very, very long time since we stepped foot in this game, and I am really excited to be back. Now, if you haven't seen the previous playthroughs of this, I would recommend you go check them out. They're a little bit old now, the game has updated a lot since those came out. It is still in early access, but we have conquered Mars, we have partially terraformed the moon, we have dominated the frozen wastes of Europa, and we have absolutely shreked upon the surface of Mimas. Now, what we haven't done yet is tackle a hot planet. So, Mars and Europa are fairly cold, especially Europa. The Moon and Mimas don't have atmospheres, so your challenges there are more about power and other things. But Vulcan's got power. In fact, I mean, you can put out nearly 3 kilowatts of power from a single solar panel. But it's really, really hot. It goes up to 1.4K Celsius in the daytime, which is, I don't know about you, it's not exactly a temperate location, and even at night, the frigid night is 127°C. That is enough to boil water and then some. This is not going to be overly easy. I'm probably going to die. In order to add a little bit more challenge, because why not, I've got some mods installed. 3 of them are quality of life ones, pretty straightforward. This one lets things stack a little higher. This one makes it so paint is free, which is nice, otherwise you have to keep printing spray cans. And this one allows me to paint a whole network, so I don't miss any nooks or crannies in my pipe and cable networks. The real kicker here is going to be plants and nutrition. We're probably gonna starve to death. I've never successfully played with this mod. I've heard it's very difficult. I figured, you know what, why not? Why not just do it on one of the hardest planets this game has to offer? And you know what? We'll do it on the hardest difficulty. Sure. And you know what's... Frick it, man. We're gonna do it on the hardest setting as well. We're going brutal. So this is gonna be our Vulcan Brutal YouTube Episode 1. That's gonna be the name of that save, and it is also probably going to be our grave. I hope you're ready, because I'm not. We'll see you on the surface. And I'm sure we're descending to a nice tropical location full of palm trees and relaxing tunes. Oh, I can't wait to see it. No, I was wrong. We're in hell. Okay, so we're in a little bit of danger. And by a little bit of danger, I mean the atmosphere inside our lander just caught fire. That's the quote-unquote sun. It's a black hole currently tearing this planet apart, and it's setting over the horizon, which is bad for us. It is very, very bad for us, because we are going to need to put down some basic structures and do some mining before the sun comes up and kills us completely. That is currently setting. However, I do notice a bit of a problem, which is that I don't know where my supplies are. So we're supposed to start with a crate and an oxygen tank, but I have a feeling they may have fallen into the earth and been destroyed. Yep, no, they're gone. Well, you know what? This gives us a perfect opportunity to explore the Stationeers UI, because it is a bit of an enigma unto itself. On the left-hand side there, I've got my various inventories. Pressing the number buttons will open them up. If I open up my suit, which is the one you see there right now, you can see my air tank and waste tank are currently exchanging gas very quickly. Basically, my suit is dumping all of the cold oxygen into my suit space to try and cool me down, and then it's being put into the waste tank, meaning that I'm dumping plenty of really nice temperate oxygen into that tank. We're going to want to reclaim that. My battery is next to that, as well as the CO2 filters that are doing all the filtering from my oxygen tank, from my suit into the waste tank. Then in our backpack, the sun is beginning to set over there. You can see we've got our propellant tank, which is just some cold nitrous, or nitrogen, I think. We have a handheld tablet we can put the atmospheric analyzer chip in there. You can hold Alt and move your mouse around to attach stuff. And look at that. Yes, it is hot. 24 kilopascals of pressure on the world. Mostly volatiles, 52% volatiles, so very flammable. 21% carbon dioxide, and what's that? 26% pollutants. You can think of that like chlorine. I mean, it kind of covers a wider range, but I just think of it as chlorine. Okay, we got a medicine pill, we got a tracker, we got some stuff. In our uniform, we got a little bit of food and water. And unfortunately, I can't show you the supplies, because yes, I do think they may have fallen into the earth and been destroyed. That is a risk with this start. On our right-hand side, you can see all my suit settings above my portrait. Accurate to life, I would say. And you can see the external temperature there is 126°C. That gets a lot hotter in the daytime, believe me. My food and water onto the left of that, and there's my oxygen tank. Okay, One piece of the puzzle solved. We're going to have to restart anyway. I've taken too long. But at least you now know what you're looking at. So there's the O2 tank. Do you guys want to see something very funny? I know you do. Okay, since we're going to have to hit a restart on this anyway, let's grab this thing, and we're going to make ourselves a little bit of a rocket here. Okay, you ready for this? I'm going to hit open on this thing, and it's going to dump oxygen into the atmosphere around us. Then we're going to grab our welding torch and set fire to all of it. Hey! A little bit of a bonfire for you. Why not? Pushing all the wrong buttons. Sorry. I think this thing's going to explode when it hits 100. Yeah. Welcome to Stationeers, everybody. Oh, God. Oh, no. Thank goodness. It was a dream. It was all a dream. We're not in hell. We are on the way to Hawaii. We are definitely not currently on the surface of Vulcan. Well, so much for my vacation. Let's go ahead and start this one by grabbing the supplies off of our lander. We're definitely going to want those. Make a bit of space for him. Oh, there we go. It's a little bit tricky to get that bottom one sometimes. Let's get a little bit of extra food and water there. Let's stow that away. And let's have a look at our stuff. There's our oxygen tank, nicely protected by the Landil capsule door. And there is our minimum supplies. Okay, which way are you moving, Mr. Annihilation? You are currently moving to the left, which means you probably came in over there, which means we don't really want to set up down here. That close to the mountain, we're going to get our morning sun occluded. So let's move further out, I think. Yeah, let's go like... the shadows in this game can be pretty brutal. Let's go like to about here, and then we'll take a look at all the stuff we've managed to collect. Okay, let me go get my oxygen tank, and we'll do the same for it. Now, we are going to have to move pretty quickly at the start here, as this game ramps up real fast. Like, we are going to die in the first day if I don't do everything in exactly the right order at exactly the right pace. And to be completely honest, we're already kind of running a little slow. So, before we build a single thing, I am going to turn on my light. I'm going to grab a flare. I'm going to light it. And I'm going to... Can I stow this? Yes, I can. I'm going to take that and put it in my inventory. Because using it like this means that I don't need to use my flashlight. There we go. It's going to be a little bit red, but that's okay. It just adds to the ambiance. Now, first things first, we're going to go mining. I know I need iron, I need copper, I need silicon, and I need a little bit of gold. So those are the three things we're going to be looking for here. There's a tiny bit of silicon. That's actually enough to get us started here. But 9 will probably do us even better. I don't need any more silicon, so we're going to prioritize the right stuff if we can. Okay, lovely, lovely. There we go. 54 iron is probably going to cut the mustard for tonight. Let's go find some copper and some gold. Oh, there's the gold. Or was that silver? That's silver. Shiver me timbers. Are you gold? You're gold. It's all green to me.
Green.
Okay, there's the copper. There's the gold. You love to see it. It is currently 128 degrees Celsius outside, which is a hell of a lot in Freedom Height, let me tell you. Okay, is that going to be... I think I need 40 copper to be comfortable. Let's make it 50, and we're good. Okay, so put that away. What I now want to do is flip this the right way up and decide where we're going to build our first little platform. I'm thinking we put the first frames in... Oh, it's kind of hard to see. Let's drop that. Light another one. Can I put you over there? I think that might work as our first space. It fell down the hole, didn't it? Yep. Okay. These are definitely not an irreplaceable resource at the moment. That'll work. All right, let's go here. And I think I'm going to have to build it above ground. Oh well, for my sins. 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to form the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be the floor. Where did the sun set? The sun set over there. So we want to face the solar panels this way, which means I want to face my airlock that way. That's just kind of like a best practice kind of thing I like to do. I want the door on the left. Why not? Let's put that up there. It's going to become our airlock. So we got this nice little square. I know it's dark, I'm so sorry, I can't do too much about it. Using the suit's flashlight uses up way too much battery at the start, and we just don't have any way of producing power yet. Okay, awesome. That's all put together. I'm gonna use the flashlight for a little bit. We've got a little bit of... We've got 2 frames left. Let's put them out front there as a landing. And I'm actually gonna grab this. I'm gonna set it to flatten mode. You can hold left alt and use your left mouse to just click on stuff normally. If you want to drag stuff around, it also works. And I'm just going to flatten out our little landing spot here so that we can move around a little bit more comfortably. I'm just going to clear out some of this debris. There we go. I don't want to come in for a landing and then immediately die or fall off the edge. That would also be terrible. Okay, let's go ahead and switch belts. We're going to equip our tool belt and we're going to start welding. So with the iron sheets in our right hand and the welder in our left, the order doesn't really matter. We can start welding up these frames. One weld will give you a passable frame, like as in it's walkable. 2 welds makes it airtight. So we don't need to weld up the outside fully, but the inside definitely does all need to be airtight. Okay, and then before we put the last piece in here, I'm going to close this up and grab it, and we're just going to bring our supplies indoors. We don't have a door yet, so I suppose calling it indoors is a little bit, well, let's be honest, a little bit exaggerative, but we're doing our best here, okay? Lovely, that's done. Okay, so let's set up our smeltery first and foremost. Actually, I think we need power first, right? That's production package. Where's my power package? There it is. And I need to use another flare and turn off this light because my battery's already on 93%. Yeah, with no way to replenish it, that's a little bit of a sticky wicket. Okay, drop the power package. Do that. Let's take that bit out. So we're going to put down... I said I want my solar panels facing that way. So let's put down our area power controller on the left. I'm going to use my crowbar to open that up. And what this thing does is it allows us to use the charge from a battery to power machines. You can put a battery in that slot and turn it on, and then everything on the underside of it will produce or sort of consume power, and you can input power at the back to both charge the battery and run the machines. It's pretty nifty. So I think we get a battery charger next, which I'll just put next to it. If we put the battery charger on the output side of that battery, it would end up just draining the battery in order to charge the battery charger, which is a bit silly. So let's go ahead and put our solar panel up high. I'm going to hit C to rotate it, and then we'll install that glass panel right over there. Lovely, and then it's just a matter of wiring it up. So we got to take some cable coil, using my mouse scroll wheel to change the shape, and we're just going to drag that straight down and connect it up to our charger. So right now, of course, there's no power being produced, but I'm also going to do this. You can cut into cables if you have the cable cutters in your hands. Okay, now we get onto production. So production package, we get our little furnace first, which I'm going to put over here. And we can get ourselves our lathe. Okay, and I want my lathe. I think I'm going to have him... We're probably going to expand this pretty soon. So let's go ahead and do that. And I want to get a little bit more out of there. And let's get my welder. Give me the cable coils. And I think it gives me plastic sheets next. Welded plastic. Delicious. And with 4 components installed, that thing is fully constructed. Let's get it powered up before the night hits, and we die. The temperature is rising. The sun is coming up, baby. Okay, we need to get that iron ore smelting, and we need to go ahead and get this thing wired up, because we need to print some doors yesterday. Okay, 21, that'll be fine. Run the copper. Plug that in. Okay, here we go. Turn you on. You can start making me pipes in the meantime. We're going to need some of those to vacuum out this space so that I don't immediately die. Okay, there's my copper. 6 will be enough to print the doors, I'm pretty sure. You can go ahead and start printing more iron out. Okay, so copper, the pipes are going to go here and here. And we're going to use that to create a passive vent the old-fashioned way, by blowing a hole in a pipe, just like Dad intended. Okay, can you give me a connection? Sorry if my descriptions are confusing and opaque. I'm panicking. Vacuum in as much gas as possible into this space right now. And as you can see, we are now going to start pumping pressure into that pipe, and it's going to start complaining. With that on, I'm going to pick up this piece. I'm going to get a bunch of errors. I'm going to turn that off. And we're going to watch this pipe explode. What do you mean it has no stress? It has no stress? It's unstressed? I'm stressed. It's 400 degrees outside, brother. And my batteries are dead. Okay. Use the hand drill in order to power that for now. Okay, I guess I need to continue pumping more gas in. I don't think I got enough. Got a bit of a problem here. This thing isn't overpressurizing the way it's supposed to. Keep pumping in gas. Okay, now that we got more volume to compress, let's pop that off. Pop that off. And that should be... yeah, that's going to explode. Okay, very good. Yep, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. And now we have a poor man's passive vent. Okay, lovely. You, very quickly need to make doors. Right now. That took longer than it was supposed to. We might be dead. It's literally that tight. I wish I was joking. Okay, where are those iron sheets? That's up next. One door. Okay, start pumping this out. Right now. Second door. Let's go. We did it. We actually did it. Okay. Wow. I am astonished that I managed to pull that off. Okay, and we are now pulling vacuum in this space, which means it is not going to be 890 degrees Celsius. No, sir. It's going to be less than that number. Oh. Okay. So, we're now safe. Sort of. We've got our oxygen in here with us, even though we are currently in vacuum. Turn that off. We have our air vent, and we have some more pipes, which means that we can vent out our suit's atmosphere and dump and store it inside this room. At least that's going to be the game plan. Okay, we should start seeing a bunch of stuff charge in here, so I'm going to put some batteries onto charge for today, because as soon as the sun comes over the horizon, it's going to hit that solar panel, and we're going to get a ton of juice. I'm not worried about it at all. We don't need this right now. I think pretty much the best thing to do, yeah, turn that off and enjoy the silence. That's right, we are in vacuum. Okay, the death has been postponed very slightly. First thing I need to do, drop my oxygen canister in there, charge it up all the way, love to see it. And now what we're going to do is put down some storage pipes. So like I mentioned, pipes have an internal volume, and so what we can use them as kind of like a crude tank. So I'm just going to put down some pipes like this, and I think we'll loop these ones back on themselves like so. Just for now, I think they have 10 liter capacity each. Our drill is currently batteryless, so let's just put the one from the angle grinder in there. We're going to pick up this, we're going to attach it on the end there, and then what I'm going to do is vent my suit waste tank into the space, and then pump that gas into this pipe storage. Perfect. Okay, cool. Wired up, set inwards. We're going to left alt and then left mouse click on the canister and click open. And as you can see, we've now dumped all that gas into this room. If you're wondering what kind of gas we're working with, it is 5 kilopascals worth of pressure in this space. Again, pressure is relative to the volume. The temperature is at 81 Celsius, still way better than 8,000. And it's mostly carbon dioxide, but it's also a lot of oxygen. And it's a lot colder than the other gases on this planet, so we're going to want to keep that. We're going to slurp that all up and slowly depressurize the space, and we are now pumping it into this pipe network instead. The pipe networks can take up to 50 megapascals of pressure relative to their volume before they burst. Okay, let's put that big battery onto charge. I think it charges faster in the big cell, but I might be wrong about that. Okay, we have pulled the vacuum, which means I can turn you off. We can pick that up, and we can put it back over here for later. Okay, lovely. So we have managed to safely and securely store that waste gas. Very, very nice. Okay, we're not done yet though, because I have other stuff I want to do today. We got a teensy little bit of iron left in there. I think the rest of my iron is currently outside being baked alive, so not too much I can do to preserve that. However, I do note that my hydration and food are very, very, very rapidly dropping. Now, that makes me think that the Plants and Nutrition mod is not functional. The game did just update today with the liquids update, so it's very possible that that's just not functional. But as you can see, we are not allowed to drink with our helmet closed, so I guess we're not playing with Plants and Nutrition. Okay, the game update must have broken it. In that case, we have another crisis on our hands. We need to do the same thing, but now with oxygen. We need to oxygenate the space and then store that oxygen safely somewhere. Okay, is that too compressed? Is that going to blow up? No, it's at 7 megapascals. That'll be fine. let's make another pipe network right next to this one. Definitely won't ever get them confused and pump out the wrong thing. This is going to be our oxygen tank. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this door just so we don't have to pressurize such a large space. Also going to swap some batteries here before I forget. You get swapped. I want as much juice in these things as I can manage. Did you get a battery? You did, and it's been charged. Did you have a battery? You did. Did you have a battery? You did. It's getting charged. Okay, cool. We're fully charged up on all fronts. That is bliss. That is lovely. All right, so let's open up this oxygen tank until we get about 6 or 7 kilopascals of pressure in the room around us. Sorry, I meant 16 or 17. Anything less than 20 and your guy's going to start complaining. So maybe we just go up to 20. There's 17. Is that going to be too much? If I unlock my helmet and open it. Yep, that's too low. Okay, so we need to go to 20. I thought it was 17. No problem. Oh, and I opened the door. Okay, it's just going to make it a little bit harder to pump that out is all. Do not open this door. We will catch on fire. Okay, put that connected to here. Let's just wire it up. Lovely. Alrighty. And now we can drink and eat. So I'm going to actually take off my suit and helmet because there is a kind of a hygiene and mental mechanic in Stationeers. You got to be out of a suit for a little bit of time every time. Oh, like every day. So I'm going to, whenever I try and eat and drink, I'm going to focus on doing that. Alright, well, I mean, look, this is going to be brutal enough without the plants and nutrition mod messing things up, but it is a bit of a shame it's not working. I really did expect it to. You saw it on the mod install. I guess the most recent update just broke it. That's okay. Alright, I'm going to dump all my stuff in the corner over here. Chuck out those water bottles as well. And I think that's it. We can get rid of this. We don't need that. I'll keep the handheld tablet and the duct tape in my uniform. The portable solar panel actually does a lot on this planet. It's pretty useless everywhere else in the game, but on this planet there's value. Let's grab our suits and just swap that battery. And there we go. We don't actually need to wear our suit right now. And by not doing so, we save quite a bit of power. What I am going to do is drop the propellant canister, which the game is going to complain about. Don't worry about that. And I just want to look at what's in there. So we have 20 degrees Celsius nitrogen, 4 megapascals of it. This jetpack is pretty critical, right? For us over here. But at the same time, what I'm thinking is like, do I really want to spend that perfectly good coolant flying around? And the sun is setting, slowly but surely. Yeah, days are long out here. Unfortunately, yeah, it's just a little bit too slow on the old intake. Okay, I guess what we're going to do is we're going to have to step foot outside very briefly against my better judgment. Vent the nice temperate oxygen into this pipe. The right-hand one. There's still pressure in this space. Just let it all flow out. Remember that pressure is calculated in these 2x2 meter cubes in Stationeers. So just because it says that you got a vacuum over here does not mean you have a vacuum over here. Just like real life, there is diffusion. The game probably has the single best atmospherics simulation in gaming. I think that's a pretty fair statement to make. That's kind of what it is at its core. It's an atmospherics, it's an HVAC simulator. But instead of just like tightening bolts and installing vents, you have to like build the air conditioner from scratch. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit crazy what they expect you to do. All right, turn that off. Let's grab this. I'm gonna put it over here. I'm going to keep this room in vacuum as much as possible so that those gases do not interact with the hell that is currently outside that door. I am going to equip the big battery for myself. Oh man, I am going to prepare myself mentally and physically for the torment I am about to experience. Let's go ahead and give our mining drill its battery. Who's missing a battery here? You're missing a battery. Okay, lovely. I'm stalling, as you could tell, just so that sun sets a little bit more before we head out. All right, this is it, boys. Let's go. We're going to go collect our iron and then go do some more mining. 230 degrees. Not as bad as it could be. Not as bad as it could be. And now we got all this empty space in here. We're going to use it. And now also that we've got power set up, we're going to be able to use our flashlight overnight, which is going to be quite a bit nicer. Yeah, so I think this is a good place to put in a bit of a quick time lapse, a quick cut, and I'll see you all in the morning with a huge stack of resources. Oh, okay, and there's the sun, and look at our haul. We got 308 grams of iron, which sounds a lot less impressive when you use the gram. We also have a bunch of silicon, a little bit of gold floating around in there too. We managed to smelt up 12 grams so far. We've got some iron, which is just awesome. I need at least, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I need at least 4 grams of silicon, I think, to get started here. And then let's get a bunch more iron, because I want to do a bunch of printing as well. 5 grams, that'll cut it for now. That's okay. All right, the sun is rising. The temperature is rising with it. Oh, man, we are in a little bit of trouble here. I am going to set this up. Can I angle you a little bit more? Yeah, I think that'll be better. And I'm going to just leave that battery in there. And we are also about to lose juice, so let's go ahead and use the mining battery just to keep things running here. And I'm going to charge that one up overnight. We've got, I think, 7 days until the first storms can hit. It's not like on day 7 you get storms, but it's like by day 7 storms are possible. And storms suck. You don't want storms, trust me. Okay, so let's pay attention here. The sun is indeed rising at 70. It appears to arc over and set at 230. Okay, so I was facing completely the wrong way. That's not the end of the world. We can make this work. It just means I need to build my solar panels out to the left and right. Yeah, okay, cool. But we do still face sunset, which is nice with our airlock. It's super handy just for seeing when the sun has actually gone down, so you know when it's safe to leave. All right, and I'm going to leave that cooking overnight. We're going to get power back soon. Let's go ahead and close ourselves in and clear out this space. Okay, and I want to vent out this airlock. Perfect. Open things up. All right, and now we can load all of these materials into this machine and start printing. So the first thing we're going to want is a hydraulic pipe bender. This is a printer that can build more complex atmospherics units, and it's definitely going to form the foundation of our playthrough, is what I would say if I hadn't just run out of juice. Okay, well, that's not unexpected. In fact, I was a little bit hasty with a lot of my moves there. So that's okay. We can go ahead and run it off of this instead. And run. And you know what? Let's run the suit off of that. And we'll use the big battery. Because that'll start charging again soon once the sun gets a little higher. Okay, there isn't a ton to do right now except wait. So that's what I'm going to do. Our suit is still fine. Our waste tank is still not overly hot, which is good. We're still not overly full, which is good. So yeah, we're just going to kind of post up in here. Let this print. We'll print out some more frames, and then I think in the next episode, we're going to do a whole bunch of building. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I've had a ton of fun playing some Stationeers with you. I will be seeing you all in the morning, or rather in the evening, I guess, once the sun is set again, and we're free to go around and do stuff. I'm going to print the hydraulic pipe bender as well as the electronics printer, as well as some other building materials overnight, and we'll talk all about it in the next episode. Thank you all so much for being here, and as always, I will see you all in the next one. Cheers. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations and thank you. That puts you in the top 3% of viewers. Here's another video that YouTube thinks you're going to like, and here is a list of all the patron and channel member names. If you don't see yours on there, you can find a link down in the description where you can sign up and support this content directly. If your name is on there, well, you probably already know that, huh? So, what are you still doing here?